Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Good afternoon. I'm your host, Quianna, Canada. Happy New Year's. Happy New Year's. I hope you went out and you did something fun for New Year's and that you made some resolutions that you can keep and that will move you forward for the next 12 months. For me, I did not make resolutions and I did not go out in Belfast on New Year's because here it's quite chilly, and to be honest, there's not much to do for me here in Belfast, particularly on New Year's Day, and so I did not go out. I stayed and I reflected on what I was grateful for and meditated on what would possibly move me forward this year, and that was enough for me. Before we get into today's topic, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to this channel. Remember that your likes and your shares, what it does is it pushes videos like this up in the algorithm. It tells the algorithm that videos like this are important. But we must be reminded that just because videos like this are not pushed up in the algorithm, that is not an indication that videos like this are not important. You can also follow me on Facebook by searching for my name. That's Quianna, Quianna, last name Canada. And of course, here on YouTube at Real Quianna Canada. These are the only two accounts that I'm active on. So I would really appreciate your subscribership and your commentary, and we will move forward. Ladies, excuse me, ladies and gentlemen, I am considering doing a new series since I am completed with mimicking McCarthyism. I want to delve into a new series for 2026 and thinking about whether or not I should be recording this series on my camera. I've had this camera for a few years and this microphone. I think what's disconcerting about having this microphone that I currently have is that I can't use it on my phone and I can't use it anywhere else. I can only use it it only hooks up to this camera, which is quite odd to me. I'm going to try and figure out if there is another way to use this microphone, but I will see whether or not this is just a good way to record these videos. The two series that I am canvassing really has to do with two missing Black persons. One person is Taylor Casey, who is a trans woman who went to the Bahamas for a yoga credential, and was found, or she went missing, and there was not a lot of information coming from the authorities in the Bahamas regarding her whereabouts. To their credit, they did find Mrs. Casey's phone in the bottom of the ocean, but still did not retrieve her body. If that was a possibility that she was unalived or that she drowned, she has gone missing. And because that this appears to be a cold case, I want to reopen it and see if there is possibly something that the authorities missed in the Bahamas. We know that in the United States, not a lot has been done to bring attention on Mrs. Casey and what happened to her in the Bahamas. There was only, I believe, one news station that was covering her story, which was News Nation. And the second story is a missing Black man. His name is Travelle Martin. And according to the facts that I got regarding this case, Travelle was in a relationship with a woman, and there was some allegations of domestic violence or just domestic disagreements. And one day there is an argument, there's an allegation that has been made that the girlfriend called law enforcement and because of allegations of domestic violence. And because of that, and I think what authorities are telling Mrs. Kroom, which is Travelle Martin's mom, is that he ran out the back door and it was a really cold time, and he allegedly ran into a wooded area, and from that point on couldn't be found for hours. Hours turned into days. Days turned into weeks. Weeks turned into months. Could not be found. Mrs. Kroom and community members conducted a search and went out into that woody area to try and find Travelle, and could not find him. And there was an attorney that was covering her story for a bit, but because there was no recovery of a body and there was no other information coming forward in the case, I think that the attorney just could not move forward. The attorney's hands were tied. And so I think that the attorney stopped reporting on it. So this is another cold case, and these are possibly two series that I am going to be doing for the New Year's. I'm thinking about doing another one which has to do with a Black American who fled to Canada to seek asylum. His name is Kyle Lydell Canty. And there is a lot of negative information that is online about Kyle Lydell Canty. But what I find peculiar is that Kyle Lydell Canty had a large social media following. Most of his videos would gain approximately 10 to 20,000 views. Had a YouTube channel, like he had gained this following, but this following came through just confrontations with people that worked at train stations, confrontations with people that worked on the bus, confrontations with people at homeless shelters, confrontations with law enforcement. And one of the videos of Kyle Lydell Canty's gained a lot, it went viral. It gained a lot of views, I think over 200,000 views. Was a very viral video. And after that video, something strange happened. And so going back to that video, I don't think I explained myself enough about this video. It was a confrontation that Kyle Lydell Canty had with law enforcement, and this was right during the time of Black Lives Matter and the protest, I believe during the George Floyd time, when George Floyd was unalived. I think, don't quote me on that, but I think that that's when that video was uploaded. But what I find peculiar, ladies and gentlemen, is that all of Kyle Lydell Canty's videos have been scrubbed from the internet. There's only one video that is online. All the videos on his YouTube channel have been taken down completely. And I want to know why. I want to know why about a couple of years ago, maybe 3 years back, Kyle Lydell Canty's family said, or people that were close to him, said they haven't heard anything from him and didn't know where he was, although authority figures were alleging that he was incarcerated. Those persons dispute that contention and say that he was not in prison. And so this could be another story or another series that I would look into doing. These are 3 unsolved cases with 3 black people and 3 interesting cases, and I think that this is where I'm going to be focusing my attention this New Year's. And what do you think? Do you think that these are 3 important cases to do a series on? Do you think that I'm going to run into a dead end on this? No pun intended. But am I going to hit a wall on this where not much information is going to come to me? As you know, I'm in Belfast, and so I don't have the capacity to investigate these cases as a person with little power and no platform. So the series that if I do them, would just be a series to do justice for the families, to let them know that there are still people that find this to be disconcerting and that there are still people that want to know more about this. And there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. We'll talk to you next time. Bye-bye.